One way for corporations to prepare for uncertain times is to think of your business not as one company that's a machine executing one business model, but think of your company as a portfolio manager. The role that ventures have to play in our world is to look and see where new opportunities exist and have the flexibility to go out and try things and not be afraid of failure.
Right now is really not the time to retreat in our own shells, either as individuals or as corporate entities or as organizations or as governments. It's really the time to engage with the complexity.
The incumbents will have the opportunity to incorporate new products and services into their offerings and use brand name and global reach and relationships with customers across the world to create economic opportunity in climate tech and in innovation more broadly.
There's arguments to be made for both sides. On one side, larger corporations have the luxury of the resources. On the other side, there's a certain security that comes with it when people start taking their position for granted, where hierarchical power structures start to become ossified, where people at the top start being a bit too arrogant.
I think it's very difficult for corporates to disrupt themselves. And the reason for that is when they're small, corporations, small startups, however the company began, was nimble and had the ability to change and try new things. And over time, it becomes a very large machine that's in the business of executing on one business model, one offering, one type of product.
I think the only people that will be able to really lead in times of dramatic change are people that feel like they really have skin in the game. If you feel removed from the impact that this change could precipitate, you won't be engaged in the same way.
In the climate tech industry, we've been lucky to have many women and people of color jump into leadership roles and create organizations that didn't exist and bring catalytic funding into this space, inspire people to start companies, and really create a community that is broader and way more impactful than the sum of its parts. And the hope is that that takes place broadly throughout corporate America. Diversity and inclusion is so important in creating the future that we're all dreaming of.